Hi guys, Excel Insider welcomes you back to the channel. Today in this episode I will explain about 15 tips and tricks that you can use with the charts. All these tips and tricks are used by the experts. So guys, let's not waste time in the introduction and move to the hands-on. Guys, in the first trick is how you can quickly insert a chart in a new worksheet. For that, just select the data and press F11 from the keyboard. As you can see here, Excel has created a chart in the new worksheet. Guys, the next trick is how you can quickly insert a chart in the same worksheet. For that, just select the data and press Alt F1 from the keyboard. A new chart has been inserted in my worksheet. Guys, now I will show how you can use secondary access to format your chart. Here I have month-wise number of complaints and the total, and I want a chart which shows individual months along with the total. To create a quick chart, select the data, press Alt F1 from the keyboard. Here the default chart has been inserted. Here you can see that the total column is very big and individual months column are pretty small. This chart is very difficult to read. To use a secondary access, let me introduce one row in the base data. Here I will derive the cumulative total of number of complaints equal to B2 and equal to B3 plus C2. Drag the formula. Here I have total number of complaints. Let me put it aside here. Now I will make a chart for this. Insert column chart. My chart is looking like this. Right click on the chart, go to change chart type, change the total column as stacked column, move it to the secondary axis. Okay, here you can see that my total number of complaints have been moved to the secondary axis. Now I will adjust the axis to look it better. For that, double click the axis. Here for the minimum value, enter 0, and for the maximum value, enter 220. Here you can see that my chart has been formatted. Now it looks better than the earlier one. Guys, for this step I have month-wise quantity along with the weighted average price. If I insert a default chart, Alt F1, it will look like this. In this chart the price bars are not properly visible as those are very small in terms of the quantity. To make it look better, right click the chart, go to change chart type. Here in the combo section, move the price to the line chart on the secondary axis. Hit OK. Here you can see that my quantity is coming on the primary axis and price is coming on the secondary axis. Guys, if I compare this chart with the earlier one, here you can see which one looks better. Guys, here I have this chart created from this data. If I hide these columns, the data from my chart is gone. For stopping this behavior, just right click on the chart, go to select data. Here I have a tab hidden in empty cells. Just click that and check this box, show data in hidden rows and columns. Hit OK. Now if you hide your data, your chart will still be visible. Guys, for this step I have this chart created from this data. If I add columns in the middle of the chart or ahead of the chart, my chart keeps moving and resizing. If I don't want chart to do that, just select the chart, press Ctrl 1 from the keyboard. It will open the chart options. Here in this tab, just select don't move or resize with cells. Hit close. Now if you add columns in middle of the chart or ahead of the chart, my chart will not move or resize with the cells. Guys, for this step I have this data where I have some missing data points. If I create a line chart from this data, line chart, here you can see that my line is breaking. If you don't want your line to break and want to join these two data points, you can right click the chart, go to select data, here hidden and empty cells, just select connect data points with line. Hit OK. OK. Here you can see that the missing data points have been connected by a line. Guys, if you want your missing data points to be shown as 0, you can right click the chart, go to select data. Here in hidden and empty cells, just click show empty cells as 0. OK, OK. Here you can see that the empty cells for June and July are being shown as 0. Guys, for this tip, I have this chart prepared from this data. Here in this chart, if you don't like the bars and you want to convert these bars to some other shape, how can you do that? Let me go to shapes, insert, shapes. You want your bars to be replaced with a diamond. Select diamond, just put it here. Just format it the way you want, maybe green. Now copy the shape by pressing Ctrl C from the keyboard. Select the bars. To paste, press Ctrl V from the keyboard. Here you can see that my columns have been converted to diamonds. Now instead of diamond, you want maybe this shape. Select the shape, just put it here, format the way you want. Ctrl C for copy, select the diamonds, Ctrl V to paste. Here you can see that my diamonds have been replaced. Guys, this trick is very useful where you want to differently present your charts. Guys, for this tip, I have this chart prepared from this data. The major objective for a chart is to create focus of the reader, but with the unnecessary details in the charts like axes, like grid lines, reader lose the focus. For getting rid of the unwanted items from the chart, to delete the vertical axis, just select the axis, press delete from the keyboard. To delete the grid lines, select the grid lines, press delete, and add data labels to the bars. For that, select the bars, click on this plus, data labels, outside and. Here you can see that my chart is pretty simple in the look, but it still delivers the message it should deliver. Guys, for this tip, I have this chart prepared from this data. Here you can see a lot of blank space inside the chart. This is because my vertical axis is starting from 0. Here you can see all my values are above 10. I can set the minimum value of the axis as 10. For that, just double click the axis and in the minimum value column, type 10, press enter. Here you can see that the minimum value of the axis has been set to 10 and more variations are visible. Guys, for this tip, I have this line chart prepared from this data. Now, if you want to add row items to the chart, you can drag the area like this, but adding data this way can only be with the continuous rows or columns. But if you want to add data from the discrete rows and columns, there is a way for doing it. To show that, let me go back. Now in this chart, I want to add fabric iron. Just copy fabric iron by pressing Ctrl C from the keyboard. Select the chart, press Ctrl V to paste. Here you can see that the fabric iron has been added to my chart. Now I want to add food processor to my chart. Just copy food processor, select the chart and paste. Here you can see that the yellow line has been added to my chart. So guys, through this way you can add whatever data you want to add to the chart. Guys, for this tip, I have this data where I have years on the horizontal axis and products on the vertical axis. If I insert a default chart, select the data, press Alt F1 from the keyboard, the default chart has been inserted where I have years on the x-axis. Now I want to switch rows and columns so that I can see products on the x-axis. I need not to flip-flop my table. Just select the chart, go to Design tab and click Switch Rows Columns. Here you can see now products are coming on x-axis. Guys, for this tip, I have this chart prepared from this data. If I want to add mini table of the data below the chart, I can go to the Design tab. Here in the Add Chart element, go to Data Table and click with Legend keys. Here you can see that a mini table of the data has been added to my chart. Guys, this trick is very helpful where you want to quickly refer to the data points. Guys, now I will show how you can add custom shapes to the chart. For example, here in this chart, I don't want this simple chart header. Just delete it. Now I will add a custom shape. For that, go to Insert, Shapes, a rectangle. Just add a rectangle here. Align it properly, format it, and link this to B2 cell. Now format the text, maybe center aligned with a higher font, 20. Here my shape is added, but the problem is if I move my chart, my shape will not move with the chart. To overcome that problem, just select the shape and the chart, right click, go to group and group both the items. Now these two shapes have been converted to one shape. Now if I move the chart, my shape will move with the chart. Guys, there is another way of adding shape to the charts. For example, here in this chart, if I want to add a square for the higher quantities, first select the chart, go to insert, shapes, pick rounded corner rectangle, draw the rectangle, go to the shape formatting by pressing Ctrl 1 from the keyboard. In the fill section, you can set the transparency. Here I am setting the transparency to 82%. Now guys, the section I wanted to highlight is highlighted. If I move my chart, the shape will move with the chart automatically. I don't need to group the chart with the shape. Guys, that means if I add a shape to the chart after selecting the chart, then I need not to group the shape with the chart. The shape is being grouped with the chart automatically. Guys, for this step I have this data where I have actual and the budget sales, and I want to add a chart only with the one column along with the difference with the budget. For doing that, let me calculate the difference here. Equal to bracket start actual minus budget bracket close divided by the budget. Enter. Drag the formula. Press Ctrl Shift 5 from the keyboard to change it to the percentage format. Resize the column width. Now add a chart by selecting the actual column. Press Alt F1 from the keyboard. Here my chart is added. Just click this plus button. Add the data labels. Now double click on the data labels. Here in this label options tab, uncheck the value and check value from cells. Select the range, click OK. Here you can see that the column labels have been changed to show the difference. You can even format the labels. For that, go to Home tab, increase the size to 20 or 18 or 16, whatever you want. Guys, you can also format the numbers here. For that, press Ctrl 1 from the keyboard. In the customs, for the positive numbers, show 0%, then semicolon. For the negative numbers, show 0% in the parentheses. Enter. Here you can see that the format of the labels have been updated here. Guys, for the last step, I have this data here. Let me create different charts for the products. Alt F1, resize it and put it here. Now chart number 2, Alt F1, resize and put it here. Chart number 3, Alt F1, resize and put it here somewhere. Chart number 4, Alt F1, resize and put it here. Now I have 4 charts in the sheet with different shape and size, and I want to align them with each other. For that, select all the charts by holding Ctrl key, go to format, make the width as 3 inches and height as 2 inches. Here you can see all my charts are evenly sized. Now I want to align them. For that, go to format, align, maybe at the top. Now my charts have been aligned in one row. For making the proper spacing, align and click horizontal distribution. Here you can see that my charts have been horizontally distributed but overlapping each other. For that, let me make some spacing. Now again my charts have been off alignment. To align them, select all the charts, format, just click align and align from the top. Also for the horizontal distribution, click horizontally distribute. Now all my charts look same in shape and size and properly aligned. Guys, here I finish my today's episode. I hope you would have liked it and learned something from it. Guys, I am sure all these tips will make you presentation experts. If you would have liked today's episode, then please give a thumbs up and subscribe the channel for more such videos. Guys, I will drop the link of the practice file in the description section. You can download from there and practice. Also, if you have any doubt left, then please mention in the comment section. I will try to resolve them. Now guys, I will take a leave. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye and see you in the next video.